It's cold. There's more people, it's so cold. That's not a good sign. It's not here. Yes, yeah. I know. Oh, we're good. Yeah. He is stranded on the side of the road, waiting for a chance. There he is.
That's all. We got 2 times. First time. He's starting to.
No, it's already in hospital. I just can't say red, it's already managed.
It is 7 o'clock. It's time to call our meeting to order. Amy, please call the roll.
Mr. Barker,
Here.
Ms. Blind, present, Mr. Shu,
Present.
Mr. Cox,
Here.
Mr. Hauser,
Here.
Mr. Labuda,
Here.
Mr. Marmy,
Present.
Mr. Neely,
Here.
Mr. Rath,
Here.
Mr. Ryan.
All right, would you please stand for the invocation by Mr. Labutus, and then please remain standing for the pledge.
Shall we pray? Heavenly Father, as we come to you prayer this evening, we thank you for the day that you've given us and the blessings of this day. I just ask that you would be with us this evening in our discussions, help them to be fruitful and to move the city forward. I also pray a continued hedge of protection around all of our safety forces that protect each and every one of us every day, both through fire and police and invest. Be with us this evening, bless our words, and help us to keep in mind your vision for our city. In Jesus' name, amen.
Mr. Rath.
Yeah, I'd like to invite Theo Roder to come up front. He's from My Place Green School, lead council Bridge. April is Autism Awareness Month, and my place to be is a community of students, teachers, administrators, and parents whose interactions with each other are based on mutual respect and awareness of the rights and needs of others. They're a non-tax, non-chartered private school for grades K through 12. Theo is actually a 5th grader. My place to be envisions teaching every student to be a confident, respectful, knowledgeable, and inquisitive, inspiring them become self-motivated, lifelong learners. So, Theo, whenever you're ready, man.
I pledge allegiance to the flag
Thank you very much.
Good job, Theo.
Next up is caucus. This is time for council to discuss anything. Do we have anything tonight?
Mr. President,
Mr. Marmy.
I make a motion to excuse Mr. Wright.
Second. Motion by Mr. Marmy, second by Mr. Hauser. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. That's not. Do we have anything else for caucus tonight?
Mr. President,
Mr. Barker.
thank you, Mr. President. I would like to invoke Rule 20 on ordinance 24-39 that was previously tabled towards the end of last year on the floor of council. So I'd make a motion to take it off the table.
Got a motion to have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Hauser. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Go ahead, Mr. Barker.
Thank you, Mr. President. This already has a first and a second. I would just ask everyone to support this ordinance when we vote on it. We have taken a lot of time with help from the law director, the service director, and Buster Prince, our head of streets, to get this worked out for this employee.
Okay, I'll go ahead and have Amy read 2439.
Ordinance number 24-39 by Mr. Barker, Mr. Cost, Mr. Labutus, Mr. Rath. An ordinance modifying the pay range for the position of senior automotive mechanic equipment operator in the city of Newark, Department of Service, Division of Street Maintenance, and amending the department authorization tables of and setting compensation therefore.
Further reading on 24-39, what is your wish?
Point of order, Mr. President. We already have a first and a second, so we just
need to vote.
call.
Call the roll, Amy.
Mr.
Hold on,
Barker,
point of order. Don't we have to mention the amendment?
There were amendments.
There was an amendment that came from, per se, from the personnel committee, so we should at least mention the amendment to get it on the record.
Mr. President, can I do that?
Sure.
Okay, thanks. So in this, at the last personnel committee meeting, we amended it to add that this license pay is specific just for this position within the street department. Also that this position was originally missed in the contract negotiation, and there's a commitment between the union and the city to resolve this in the upcoming renegotiations, and that this pay for this position will retroactively go into effect back to January 1 of this year.
Okay, we vote on the amendment, it's already been voted, okay, so we just need to call a roll. Any other discussion? Okay, go ahead, Amy.
Mr. Barker,
Yes.
Ms. Blind,
Yes.
Mr. Shute,
Yes.
Mr. Cost.
Yes.
Mr. Hauser,
Yes.
Mr. Labutus.
Yes.
Mr. Marmy,
Yes.
Mr. Neely,
Yes.
Mr. Rath,
Yes.
Mr. Ryan.
24-39 passes 9-0. Next up is minutes from the March 17th, 2025 meeting. Do I have a motion? Motion by Mr. Labutus, second by Mr. Hauser. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. That passes. Appointments, there are none this meeting. Reports of standing committees, finance, street service, capital improvements, personnel without objection will be received and filed. Reports from the city officials, Ryan Bove, city auditor, operating report for the period ending March 31st, 2025. Brandon Fox, water administrator, list of properties being sent to the county property tax lien for the delinquent water service and storm bills for totaling $3,257.99. Communication, Captain David Geis of Ohio Army National Guard. The Ohio Army National Guard is hosting an open house on Sunday, May 18th, 2025 at the North Armory, 1257 Hollow Lane. Ohio Division of Liquor, transfer liquor application from Mel Herbie Girls, LLC, DBA, Bummies, Pub and Grill and Patio, 155 North Cedar Street, Newark, Ohio, to 43055 to MI Casino, LLC, 3 West Church Street, Newark, Ohio, 43055. So next up, we have a public hearing. 25-11. Amy, please read the public hearing.
Resolution number 25-11 by Mr. Rath, Mr. Labutus, Mr. Cost, Mr. Barker, Mr. Marmy, and Ms. Blind. A resolution expanding the existing designated outdoor refreshment area for downtown Newark and enacting regulations with regard thereto.
Okay, so I'm going to open up this public hearing. Is there anybody here to speak for or against 25-11 for this public hearing? Anybody? Please come to the microphone and give us your name and address for the record, please.
It's Kyle Smith, 30 Burt Avenue. I'm just curious, where is this expanding to? What's the new range? It's not.
Mr. Rath, go ahead.
Basically, this is going to expand further west, down West Main Street to Sixth. So it incorporates Munchies as well as the axe throwing place. It's upstairs.
All right. Thank you.
And then it also normalizes the hours. So it's 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Sunday to Monday.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Okay, we're gonna close this public hearing. And Amy, please read the public hearing again.
Resolution number 25-11 by Mr. Rath, Mr. Labutus, Mr. Cost, Mr. Barker, Mr. Marmy, Ms. Blind. A resolution expanding the existing designated outdoor refreshment area for downtown Newark and enacting regulations in regard thereto.
Okay, you've heard the reading of 25-11. What is your wish?
Mr. President,
Mr. Rath,
I make a motion to adopt 25-11.
Second.
got a motion by Mr. Rath, second by Mr. Hauser. Do we have any discussion? Amy, please call the roll.
Mr. Barker,
Yes.
Ms. Blind,
Yes.
Mr. Shute,
Yes.
Mr. Cost,
Yes.
Mr. Hauser,
Yes.
Mr. Labutus.
Yes.
Mr. Marmy,
Yes.
Mr. Neely,
Yes.
Mr. Rath,
Yes.
Mr. Ryan.
25-11 passes 9-0. Next up is comments from citizens. Is your opportunity to come up and speak. I ask that you give your name, name and address. Keep your comments to 3 minutes. Do we have anybody tonight? You want up, man?
Hi, my name is Diane Macklin. I reside at 452 Catalina Drive. I've lived there for 4 years, and for the last 4 years, I've been trying to get our street paved. That street is less than a half mile long, and it is the main entrance into the development back there. I have 21 pictures here I'd like to present. You know, this is the 6th ward. If I may give these to you, Mr. Marmy, before I leave here. Just in the last 2 months alone, it's been patched twice. And before this last one, they didn't even put any tar in there. So included in the pictures are all the gravel that went all over the road. It's now on our sidewalks, it's in our yards. I've tried numerously to get a hold of Mr. Brian Moorhead through the contact or through the phone calls I made. I understand he's the one who decides what streets get paved. I've never been able to talk with him directly, but I've received several different comments in the last 4 years. The first one was, there's too many cars parked on the sidewalk, on the streets because of the apartments there. So they don't know what to do with all those cars in order to pave it. That one's beyond me. The other thing is, we do the worst streets first. Well, they paved King Avenue last year and it wasn't near as bad as our street. The other thing is, there's a possible utility going to be dug up in the street. Well, the only utility trucks I've seen around there is the gas trucks. And they've already taken care of all of that, and there's no more markings to be done. So I just feel like, there's something needs to be done. Every time I drive up there, especially with my trike, I'm losing parts off of my vintage trike. You can't avoid the potholes between the cars on both sides. There's no way you can weave around those potholes. I've got 21 pictures, and these are not duplicates. And I'd like to invite Mr. Marmy and Mr. Moorhead, if they'd like to come out and take a look at our street. I think it's way past due. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? Come on up, man.
Thank you.
Michelle Bowen Smith, 237 Violet Court. I read in the Advocate last week that the state and the city is planning or strongly considering having less summer reading program going on in the Newark area. I think this is a bad decision. In the past, both parties worked together to come up with summer options to meet some of the after school needs and lunch needs during the summer. The summer reading program has been very, very popular for many, many years, and it's become more and more instrumental to having, not only fun activities, but tutoring and that sort of thing. I think it's short-sighted to cut back on these areas. I think we do not have, as many options for, our youth, during the summer that is low cost. I would like to see people get involved in writing to the state and our city, stepping up about this. Thank you.
Come on up, ma'am.
Hello, Newark City Council. My name is Shelby Amy Hawkins. I live at 45 North Front Street, Newark. I'm the Vice President of the Student Council of Newark City Schools Digital, and I come to tell you guys about our Thursday we're doing. It's April 26th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And it's just open to the public, and we'd like to see council here for a little bit of support, and all the proceeds that are raised are going to our school for different events that we do. And yeah, just wanted to come and tell you guys about it. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else like to speak at this time? Come on up, sir.
Thank you, Gary Babcock, corner of Philmont and Emerson. You know, I'm a real fan of nonprofits, probably 90% of them. But I had the opportunity to sit down and have breakfast with those in charge at the Lookup Center. You know, I don't approve of some of their board members. But anyhow, we kind of passed the olive branch. Here you go. So anyhow, they don't go there, Jeff. Okay, they explained to me that they get absolutely no government funds of any kind. And so right away, I'm thinking a lot more positive of them. So they were telling me about this program they have called the STEP program. Tell me what it means. Something training. Let me explain it. Anyhow, they take in so many students, and I had an opportunity to meet some of the students. I actually had lunch with them. They get free lunch if they're in the program. There must have been 12, 15 of them there. Just the people. They had some there probably in their 20s, and there was one guy that was probably well into his 50s. So this STEP program, let me tell you real quick, I got 3 minutes. It's more a hand up than a handout, and I'll explain that here in a minute. And the handout, I'm no fan of any handout. 70% of their students are, they're about finish the program. It's a 15-week, 2 days a week, and it's a full day, and they serve lunch there. They bring in lunch, the people that's running the program. Right at 100% are employable when they leave. They are actually forklift certified, and with all these buildings, big buildings coming in, warehouses, they're shoe-in. And they got sponsors like the larger electric companies and that, and they do hands-on. I'm sure they don't do hydraulics and pneumatics, but they do electrical and such. Now, each student, they run 2 programs a year, and each student is $500. Now that's cheap. That's cheap for a hand up. So I said, I won't do that, but I'll give you money every month. I'll slide it in your slot because I want to start sponsoring a student right now. So actually they assigned a student to me. I got the meeting, real nice young man. So I'm asking council if you can spare a few bucks, $500, or like me, slide money in their slot every month, even $100. You're giving somebody a hand up and a handout, and that's not like me. And also those out here in the audience, it's a great program. Sit down with these girls. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else like to speak at this time? You haven't had an opportunity later on. Okay. Next up on the agenda is ordinance on the second reading. There are none this meeting. Ordinance on the first reading, 24-11.
Ordinance number 25-11 by Mr. Rath, Mr. Labutus, Mr. Cost, Mr. Barker, Mr. Marmy. An ordinance changing the zoning classification of certain real properties generally described as 2236 River Road, City of Newark, Licking County, Ohio, parcel tax ID number 054-225738-00.000 and number 054-225744-00.000 from that of MFC multifamily condo zoning district to MFR multifamily residence zoning district, zoning code of the City of Newark, Ohio.
25-11 will be referred to the planning commission. Next up is 25-12.
Ordinance number 25-12 by Mr. Barker, Mr. Cost, Mr. Neely, Mr. Marmy, Ms. Blind, Mr. Labutus, Mr. Rath. An ordinance amending the position, classification, pay range, and department authorization tables of the City of Newark, Department of Public Service, subdivisions of water treatment plant and wastewater treatment plant by reclassifying the classifications of water plant electromechanical technician and wastewater electromechanical technician as water electromechanical technician operator and wastewater electromechanical technician operator and setting compensation therefore.
25-12 will be held until our next meeting, which be April the 21st. Next up is resolutions on the second reading, 25-12.
Resolution number 25-12 by Mr. Shute, Mr. Neely, Mr. Cost, Mr. Barker, Ms. Labutus, Mr. Marmy, Ms. Blind, and Mr. Rath. A resolution appropriating monies for current expenses of the municipal corporation.
Heard the reading of 25-12. What is your wish?
Mr. President,
Mr. Shute,
I'd like to make a motion to adopt resolution 25-12.
Second.
motion by Mr. Shute, second by Mr. Labutus. Do we have any discussion? Amy, please call the roll.
Mr. Barker,
Yes.
Ms. Blind,
Yes.
Mr. Shute,
Yes.
Mr. Cost.
Yes.
Mr. Hauser.
Yes.
Mr. Labutus.
Yes.
Mr. Marmy.
Yes.
Mr. Neely.
Yes.
Mr. Rath.
Yes.
Mr. Ryan.
25-12 passes 9-0. Next up is 25-13.
Resolution number 25-13 by Mr. Marmy, Mr. Cost, Mr. Barker, Ms. Blind, Mr. Rath, Mr. Labutus, and Mr. Neely. A resolution appropriating monies for current expenses of the municipal corporation.
Further reading 25-13. What is your wish?
Mr. President,
Mr. Marmy?
I make a motion to adopt resolution 25-13.
Second.
Got a motion by Mr. Marmy, second by Mr. Barker. Do we have any discussion? Amy, please call the roll.
Mr. Barker.
Yes.
Ms. Blind.
Yes.
Mr. Shute.
Yes.
Mr. Cost.
Yes.
Mr. Hauser.
Yes.
Mr. Labutus.
Yes.
Mr. Marmy.
Yes.
Mr. Neely.
Yes.
Mr. Rath.
Yes.
Mr. Ryan.
Next up is resolutions on the first reading, 25-14.
Resolution number 25-14 by Mr. Hauser, Mr. Neely, Mr. Cost, Mr. Barker, Mr. Marmy, Ms. Blind, Mr. Rath, Mr. Labutus. A resolution directing the Director of Public Service to proceed with the steps necessary to designate Washington Street as Dr. Charles Noble Senior Street.
25-14 will be held until our next meeting, April 21st. Next up is 25-15.
Resolution number 25-15 by Mr. Rath, Mr. Cost, Mr. Barker, Mr. Marmy, Ms. Blind, Mr. Labutus, Mr. Neely. A resolution authorizing Newark Development Partners to act as agent for the City of Newark for the sale of certain real property and authorizing the Director of Public Service to enter into a memorandum of understanding with Newark Development Partners governing the sale and distribution of proceeds.
25-15 will be held until our next meeting, April 21st. Next up is 25-16.
Resolution number 25-16 expedite by Mr. Marmy, Mr. Cost, Mr. Barker, Ms. Blind, Mr. Labutus, Mr. Neely, Mr. Rath. A resolution appropriating monies for current expenses of the municipal corporation.
Further reading of 25-16. What is your wish?
Mr. President,
Mr. Marmy?
I make a motion to waive the 2-day reading rule on ordinance 25-16.
Second.
Got a motion by Mr. Marmy, second by Mr. Barker to waive the 2-day reading rule. Amy, please call the roll.
Mr. Barker,
Yes.
Ms. Blind,
Yes.
Mr. Shute,
Yes.
Mr. Cost,
Yes.
Mr. Hauser,
Yes.
Mr. Labutus.
Yes.
Mr. Marmy,
Yes.
Mr. Neely,
Yes.
Mr. Rath,
Yes.
Mr. Ryan.
2-day reading rule has been waived. What is your wish?
Mr. President,
Mr. Marmy?
make a motion to adopt resolution 25-16.
Second.
Got a motion by Mr. Marmy, second by Mr. Barker. Do we have any discussion? Amy, please call the roll.
Mr. Barker.
Yes.
Ms. Blind,
Yes.
Mr. Shute,
Yes.
Mr. Cost.
Yes.
Mr. Hauser.
Yes.
Mr. Labutus.
Yes.
Mr. Marmy.
Yes.
Mr. Neely,
Yes.
Mr. Rath,
Yes.
Mr. Ryan.
25-16 passes 9-0. Next up is 25-17.
Resolution number 25-17 by Mr. Marmy, Mr. Cost, Mr. Barker, Ms. Blind, Mr. Labutus, Mr. Rath. A resolution appropriating monies for current expenses of the municipal corporation.
25-17 will be held until our next meeting, April 21st. Next up is 25-18.
Resolution number 25-18 by Mr. Shute, Mr. Cost, Mr. Neely, Mr. Marmy, Mr. Barker, Ms. Blind, Mr. Labutus, Mr. Rath. A resolution appropriating monies for current expenses of the municipal corporation.
25-18 will be held until our next meeting, April 21st. So that completes our ordinance and resolutions tonight, which is your second opportunity to speak. Do we have anybody that wants to come up and speak? Come on, I'm sorry. Just name and address for the record, please.
Kyle Smith, 30 Bird Avenue. Regarding ordinance 25-11, that property is being considered for multifamily zoning, correct? Or that. Was there any consideration for, amenities that people living in such an area with such density will be able to, afford? That area is way out in the middle of nowhere. Right now, there's not any walking access to anything other than, well, I need walking access here.
Someone will respond to that here shortly for you.
Okay, all right, thank you.
All right. Anybody else like to speak?
Can I ask you to clarify?
Sure.
Good. I'm sorry, can you just clarify what you're asking?
Yeah. The property, 2236 River Road is not very accessible to anybody that does not have a car. And it will, there's not, and any otherwise, restaurants, stores, or otherwise that are easily accessible from there. And it's a great distance to walk to the nearest mart that I'm aware of that location. That is my concern. Thank you.
Thank you.
Gary Babcock. I haven't moved since 3 minutes ago, but I'm on the corner of Philmont and Emerson. If you've not been reading in the paper, we're having a lot of dog bites around, people being killed. I'm thinking Newark used to have a dog ordinance for vicious dogs until we had a pet parade. And I don't know what happened to it, but I would like council to consider another dog ordinance, and I'll bring in statistics next time you see me, I'll have them. Because you know what's at the top, but I think you need to consider the top 5. You know, all we need is for them to make sure these dogs are up on their vaccinations, their license. You know, and that may knock out a lot of them. That's all I got to say about that. Secondly, Beth Blind. What? She goes over and beyond. I follow her on Facebook and she's single-handedly cleaning up the south end of Newark free. That's uncalled for. When you drive out, as soon as you leave the downtown bridge of 4th Street, my Lord have mercy, is it beautiful. Black fence and everything. But if you go south or east, it's a whole new story. Well, if you go by where I live, you'll see that that line's being cleaned out. Who's paying for it? It ain't the city. They must be broke. So I took it upon myself, watching her, what she's done. But I don't expect my neighbors to do it. So anyhow, I would like to see a little bit of work done down east of the beautiful bridge, where you see the black fence, and they're already repairing the black fence, and it's at what, 2, 3, 4 years old? And all we got is mulberry trees. That's pretty good. Thank you.
Rachel Boland Smith, 237 Violet Court. 2 issues, and I'll make it brief. One is in terms of the dog ordinance. I think we do have some things in place in terms of that dogs are supposed to be pretty much contained or leashed and that sort of thing, but unfortunately, that has not been necessarily accepted practice. So too many people are allowing their dogs to run around loose. And a problem is potentially in the dog parks where there's a number of dogs possibly arriving at the same time and lack of control in that. So I'd like to see the city enforce that a little bit better. And also in terms of the downtown area expanding, the alcohol thing, I think, again, I want to see the city consider some ways of controlling how much people become impaired so that the people are not hurt. Thank you.
Anybody else? City officials? Come on up, sir.
Well, good evening, members of council, Mayor Hall, Law Director Moore. For the record, my name is Mark Motter. I'm the City of Newark's Community and Economic Development Director. I just wanted to give you a quick, couple quick updates on what took place in the month of March. First of all, in the Community Development Department, 2 new Habitat for Humanity homes were completed. They're down on Washington Street. As a point of reference, if you know where the Shiloh Baptist Church is, we're just about a block down from there. They're completed, they were dedicated over to the new homeowners, extremely exciting. There are 327 Washington Street if you want to go by, and they're all the other ones at 335 Washington Street. I'll let you know that there is a 3rd home that is scheduled to be started yet this summer. It's going to be located actually right in between these 2 homes that were just completed. There's a vacant lot, and their plan is to put a 3rd home there. The city has now partnered with Habitat for Humanity for almost 18 homes over the last 12 to 14 years. It's become really a wonderful partnership. We're providing affordable housing to people and also preventing homelessness by providing housing for low and moderate income people. So to put that in perspective, dollars and cents wise, because the city contributes a monetary amount to each home that is built, we've contributed just about $340,000 to these projects over that last 12 to 14 years. Now, it also needs to be clarified that none of that $340,000 was city general revenue money. As I think most all of you know, our department is completely grant funded, comes from the federal government through HUD. And so we recycle these funds through what's called our Home Revolving Loan Fund. It's a program that was established well before I was there. I think we're being good stewards of it. It allows us to contribute these monies to help provide the housing for Habitat. So very pleased to share that with you. A 3rd note on Habitat for Humanity is I want to say thank you to all of you for tonight passing resolution 2515. What 2515 did is to allow Newark development partners to be acting selling agent for the city to help us convey another vacant lot to Habitat for Humanity. And that's going to be at 37 Morris Street, just across the railroad tracks on East Main Street. So thank you very much for helping to continue this wonderful program, this wonderful partnership that the city has with Habitat for Humanity. That's the community development report for you. The economic development report is to let you know that back on March the 10th, Kroger Dairy Farm facility completed an expansion project out there. It was $80 million expansion project. It was a 40,000 square foot addition to their existing facility, which was already 120,000. So they now have 160,000 square feet of dairy production going on in the city of Newark. This new production line is going to handle coffee creamers, half and half, carb master milk, and heavy whipping cream. They've got a brand new high-speed filling system that'll do 450 bottles. I think there's about quart-sized bottles. 450 a minute is what they're going to be able to run through this. Absolutely amazing. The mayor and I were out there for the ribbon cutting. They took us inside, gave us a tour. They were doing a practice run, filling those bottles with water at the time. But you talk about high speed and high-tech technology. Very, very cool things going on. They think they're going to ship about 49 million units over the next year. And they expect to expand that by 35% over the next 2 years. So first bottles of their products going to be hitting shelves in April. That's this month. The expansion cost about 10 million more than they originally came to the city of Newark for. They wanted a enterprise zone agreement for tax abatement. I think it was just cost of materials, cost of labor, and inflation. So instead of a $70 million project, it came out to 80 million. Employment side, they're going to retain 145 jobs out of that facility, but they're going to add 25 more new jobs. Now, when they came to us a couple of years ago, with COVID and everything else, this project got delayed a little bit. When they originally came, they were only talking about 7 new jobs, $300,000 in new payroll. 25 jobs comes to about $2.5 million in new payroll. I share that with you because some people say this is a tax abatement. An enterprise zone is a tax abatement to the company making the investment. And Doug, you've asked me over the years, where's the rate of return, right? Well, that's your rate of return. The immediacy is $2.5 million in payroll. It's only a 10-year, 75% tax exemption. And so that just means in 10 short years that you're now going to have $80 million plus the appreciation on that property over the next 10 years that's going to be contributing into the property tax coffers for Lincoln County. So I think that's a pretty good return on investment. I think that's everything I wanted to share. That's the community development side. That's the economic development side. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Any other city officials? Law director?
I just wanted to respond to the statement about breed specific designations that ran into some constitutional issues here in the state of Ohio, finding that the breed specific designation was unconstitutional, that it violates the due process rights of the owner because there was no appeal process to prove that their dog wasn't vicious. So that ran into some problems, and state law no longer designates breed specific designations as vicious, and hence why the city also changed their policy. There are laws that do on the books that do go after dogs that bite, the dogs that kill, and we do file those charges here in the city. So that'll pass.
Thank you. Mr. Mayor?
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. This past week, just kind of a short recap on Monday, we swore in 3 new NPD police officers, and I want to congratulate those 3. They have gone through the academy for about 7 months, which is fairly grueling, and it's great to have them on board, and I wish them the absolute best of luck. They're all real excited to be Newark police officers. On Friday, we honored Mark Patznick, who was our downtown environmental technician, really the guy that took care of all the beauty in downtown, but also it's a stormwater pre-treatment program, so there's a little more complexities to it, and he is retiring. We'll have a replacement coming in very soon, but he was the first person in that position, so we appreciate all his due diligence with that. I've got a past government teacher in the front row over here, Mrs. Grimrod, that was, I believe, 24 years with Newark High School, and she would probably appreciate that over the past month, I interviewed a couple sophomores from Newark Catholic that were in government class, and they had to speak to an elected official. And I always encourage that. And, you know, it's kind of hard to find out about local government sometimes. And we've probably got some students coming in here to learn how city council works and everything too. So you kind of watch the news and you learn about Washington, not always good stuff or accurate stuff. You might learn a little bit about the state, but rarely do you learn about local. So I enjoyed talking with the students, and they sent me their papers, and that was really neat perspective, and I appreciated their interaction. And then finally, this coming Saturday at 11 o'clock at Cedar Hill Cemetery, we'll be rededicating the cannon that is up in the Civil War area. It was completely redone by an outside group. There's going to be a little bit of regimental music. There'll be some background history to that, and we honor those that fought through the Civil War era, and it's quite a process. 11 o'clock on Saturday. With that, I pass. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Mr. Parker?
Thank you, Mr. President. Just a couple things. I want to thank the law director for her work on 2439. I know it took us a while, but we got through it and we got what we needed for that employee. And Superintendent Prince, we appreciate your work on that as well. I want to also, one thing I do in the time not on council is I chair the Operation Roundup Foundation for the Energy Cooperative, and I wanted to congratulate Barbara Gilks. I abstained from this vote at the board level, but the fire department was given a grant last week for some equipment they had applied for, so I was happy that the board there approved that grant. So Barb will be getting that letter soon. Just go ahead and tell you now, Mr. Marmy, that I'll be abstaining when that comes for appropriation. Want to encourage everybody, I think most of you know, we have a new junior achievement facility in the 5th Ward over in the State Farm Building. Previous State Farm Building, now the Newark City Schools preschool building. I'm volunteering there this Friday, as I'm one of the advisory board members and now board member of Junior Achievement of Central Ohio. But would really encourage all of you to volunteer there if you've got some time. It's really rewarding from the feedback we've gotten from other volunteers who have been there for different schools through BizTown and Finance Park, and I know the mayor has been deeply involved with it as well. And it's just a really great thing for our kids and in our community, and it's great that it's here in Newark. Lastly, I want to say a happy birthday to a community pillar, someone who some of these places that we have around town would not be here today if she and her husband didn't do the work that they do. Lou Reese turned 94 yesterday, and she's a great lady. So I want to wish Lou a happy birthday. As I said, many things in the city of Newark and Licking County in general would not be the way they were without the Reese family. So we're appreciative for everything they do. With that, I will pass.
Thank you, Mr. Ward. Ms. White.
Thank you, Mr. President. First, I want to echo a happy birthday. That's a wonderful thing, Ms. Reese. That's 94. My goodness. Congratulations. And thank you for patiently listening, all that you've done for us. Appreciate it. So I'd like to congratulate the new NPD officers. Welcome to Newark. It's the best place to be. I hope you stay for a good long time. And thank you, Director Maher, for that wonderful report. Always good to hear things. Mr. Babcock, thank you for your time. But I have to say, in transparency, the people in the 2nd Ward have a vision for their neighborhoods, for that part of the city, and it's a real privilege to partner with. I guess they're not really cleanups as much as they are capacity creators, because in order for new things to come, that portion that, how would I say, it has been less desirable over time, it just needs to go. And as long as we have that volunteer army, we're going to keep going. And I appreciate everyone in South Newark, the people who watch over our parks, beautiful people, the people who call me if something's been tagged with graffiti. I appreciate them greatly, and but we take care of it. But we partner with the street department, property maintenance, zoning, certainly NPD, our safety forces, and really everybody's working together, and I appreciate this. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Shute.
Thank you, Mr. President. I will pass.
Mr. Cost.
Mark Motter, we can't say enough of thank you. That's an amazing report of both community development and economic development. You do a great job. Thank you.
Hey, Mr. Hauser.
Thank you, Mr. President. I also got to attend the swearing in of the 3 officers. Mary Ann Christ, who's the director of the Midland. It was kind of exciting to see her son get sworn in as a new officer. That's pretty exciting to see someone who knows and loves our community want to stay here and be an officer to help protect us. So that was pretty exciting to see and pretty exciting for the whole family. Mr. Smith, you made a comment about the reading programs and things like that being cut. I'm not sure if you're referring to like the library network or schools or whatever, but I do know that at the House and the budgetary processes right now, the library network is looking at potentially reduced funding for some of the library networks, but I'm not aware that the Licking County Library Network is doing anything to cut some of the reading programs, not that I'm aware of. Mr. Babcock, thank you for bringing up the STEP program. That stands for Skilled Trades Employment Program. And you're right, it does a lot of really great stuff. I'm on the board there. One of the reasons is because they do offer so much help with giving people a handout and not a handout. That's one of the reasons that I serve on that board. And then Director Maher, I would echo what Mr. Cost stated. That was a lot of really great updates. I didn't realize a monetary way of keeping able to support had to have that humanity project. So that's really exciting. So thank you for your work on that. And with that, I'll pass.
Thank you, Mr. Adams. Mr. Labutus.
Thank you, Mr. President. I just want to thank Director Motter for a fantastic report this evening. Appreciate all the work you do on both, you and your team do on both and of those things for the community. So certainly appreciate that. That I will pass.
Thank you, Mr. Marmy.
Thank you, Mr. President. Need to call a finance committee meeting for April the 21st. A couple of things that I just want, Ms. Macklem, I will get with you. Now, only the one side of the street is the sixth ward, the other side is Mr. Labutus. No, we will. But we will definitely look at that. I know there are a lot of streets, and if you would have been here for committee meetings, Mr. Moorhead indicated to us that the budget is even lower this year because of some things that have occurred. But we'll look and see what we can't do. I know in a lot of areas, and it's one of those catch-22 with the chip and seal that we do. It's kind of a temporary fix. It's very messy to begin with, but then it kind of smooths out and becomes at least not the potholes. So, but we'll look into whatever we can do to assist. Mr. Babcock, yeah, I'm familiar with the program, very good program. I appreciate you bringing that up. And also, yeah, the law director indicated about the dog bites or about the dogs. Vicious, breed specific vicious animals is no longer a thing. But we do have the first bite of any type of dog. It is then considered a vicious animal, no matter how small or large. If it's a reported bite, it is considered a vicious dog. And then you have to have the requirements of insurance. You have to have the requirements of, well, a lot of times they'll have to be put down if you don't meet the guidelines. So we have that in place here in Newark. So we do have that. Now, as far as the tracking of the licenses and all of that, that's the other building. Yeah. But I appreciate you bringing that up. And with that, I pass.
Thank you, Mr. Neely.
Thank you, Mr. President. I will pass.
Mr. Rapp.
Thank you. I'll start out with calling a service committee meeting for April 21st. Mr. Smith, the 25-11 that you're referring to, 2236 River Road. The consideration right now is to change that from condominiums to apartments in layman's terms. I don't know that they're going to have pedestrian access. I do know that they're going, whether it be condo or apartments, it's going to be relatively high-end type of buildings. But I don't know about pedestrian access. Maybe that's something that they'll look into. Mr. Babcock, on the, like everybody else has said, breed specific legislation has gone by the wayside as far as state law goes. We were ahead of that 12, 14 years ago. I led the charge on that and eliminated breed specific legislation because it's just not right. We do have laws that are enforced regarding having dogs on leashes, having licenses, having vaccines. What Mr. Marmy was referring to was one of the pieces of legislation that I had sponsored, gave the judicial right to have a dog ordered euthanized after the first bite. So there is a process that could go through a criteria that can follow to be labeled a vicious dog. But if the dog bites somebody viciously the first time, the judge has the right, the ability to order that dog to be euthanized immediately. I don't know that that's ever been exercised, but they have that right. Well, to take Theo Roden from the school My Place to Be to come out here tonight. And I want to thank Krista Milner, who is the president of that school, for arranging that. It's a great school. I actually serve on the board and have served for the last several years. They do a lot of really good stuff out there. In regards to the third ward in Reddington Village, I want to thank Dave Rhodes, Brian Moorhead, and Brandon Fox for giving up their time, after hours time, as a matter of fact, to go out and meet with great people of Reddington Village. Really just is kind of an informational meeting. There's a lot of growth going on, like we mentioned, the 2236 River Road, piece of legislation that's going through, and West Main for rezoning. There's just a lot of growth in that area. One of the things that, I'll make sure I've got everything else. So one of the problems that they have out there is there's only one exit and entrance to that that condominium village. And that makes it tricky. It's just down the road from a brand new roundabout that is different. The amount of volume of traffic that's coming in through there is significant, to say the least, and pales into comparison to what will be coming in the future. We already have a rezoning on 2236 River Road. If that goes through, that's going to be several hundred apartments. I don't anticipate that going through, but if it doesn't, there's still going to be a significant number of condominiums still there. We are building a vast number of apartments on West Main and Thornwood. That's going to increase traffic in that area. Many of them said that during rush hour, pulling out of the Reddington Village, if you want to go left, a lot of them are turning right to go down the road and turn around and then coming back. And that's just because the traffic volume is so high. And there's a lot of people who live there. So it's easy, well, I don't want to say easy, but a good solution to that problem. I don't know that it's possible to add another entrance and exit to the village because it is pretty landlocked. But a great solution to that problem would be to reopen Cherry Valley Road. So I think if they were able to turn right coming out of Reddington Village, go down to the corner of Reddington to Cherry Valley and turn left, that takes them down to the Thornwood Exchange, gives them access to the highway if that's what they want to get into 16. Thornwood is designed, like Mr. Moorhead said earlier, Thornwood was designed to replace the corridor of State Route 37. So that's going to be a significant amount of traffic coming through there. A lot of it is going to be commercial traffic. It's going to be a significantly high volume. And when they made those plans 25 years ago, I don't think they anticipated having several hundred apartments, condominiums added to that area. So I think the consideration of reopening Cherry Valley Road across the historic bridge should be taken seriously and thought about how we should do that. So, and then lastly, as I've been out walking around and talking with people, I just wanted to say that there was one topic that came up, and for the record, for what it's worth, I am a Christian. I was born and raised, baptized in Catholic, baptized and confirmed Catholic. I've been a Catholic all of my life. I don't attend Catholic church at this time for personal reasons that we don't need to get into, but I do attend More Life Church, which is a Christian church on the far east side of Newark. And I am, always have been, always will be a Christian. I believe Jesus Christ died for my sins. He is my Savior, my Lord and Savior. Just in case that ever came in anybody's flesh. With that, I'll pass.
Thank you, Mr. Rapp. I'd like to wish everybody a happy Easter. No one said that tonight. And remember, it's not about the Easter Monday, it's about the resurrection of Christ. Our next meeting will be April 21st, and let's try to schedule a council picture that night. Mr. Howley.
I just want to make one more comment if I may. Jack brought to my attention that Joe Kennedy, Irene Kennedy's husband just passed away, so I think people aware of that. There's some guys know the family, so our prayers with them.
All right, thank you.
Yep.
Do we have a motion to adjourn? Motion by Mr. Cost, second by Mr. Labutus. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.